Oh, crunch. Sorry, I got caught up watching it. Hello there, everyone. This is Mark III, and welcome to a short little series. Not sure how long this is going to turn out to be, because I'm going to be actively practicing transition and cutting during this one, because I'm not sure of the timescales involved. But yes, welcome to Space Engineers. In a short video series I'm going to be calling Explorer. But now that I've said that it's going to be a short series, it's probably going to be wind up 50 plus episodes, because sod's law. Anyway, what's going on? Since I've started streaming a bit of Space Engineers multiplayer these last couple of weeks, and you know, I'm a sucker for sci-fi space games, I figured I'd revisit a very old thought that I wanted to try and do, which was we're back to this one again. I love the design of that ship there. Sorry. Focus. Which is, there is an achievement in this game called Explorer. And the goal is to visit every planet and moon in the solar system. You don't have to do it in a single game, but I'm going to be doing that here because, to be honest, I don't know how many I've visited. But mostly I've been around Earth and maybe once or twice the Earth's moon. Sorry, Terran and the Terran's moon. There we go. But I don't think I've ever really visited the other two worlds much at all, so... I don't know. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and see. So this is going to be a new game. This is going to be solo, just so you know, so offline. This is going to be YouTube. Explorer run. The Explorer achievement. Advanced settings. We will go with efficiency times 3, refinery times 3, world speed times. I'm just going to play time saver on some of this stuff. So, world speed, grind speed times 5, environmental hostility. Let's say normal, so we're going to get some asteroids popping in every so often. Normal density, sound mode, that's okay. Unlimited world, view distance 15. Yeah, because one of the things I've been impressed by the recent streams I've done is the fact that the last year's updates to Space Engineers have made it a hell of a lot more stable and more optimized, which has let me play and stream this in a setting I was never able to before. I mean, previous streams were like 720p and very low graphics, but the recent streams I've actually been, well, the stream still goes out 720p, but I've actually been playing at 1080, and I've been at higher level detail as well, so it's improved. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Block limits, fine. I'm not planning to build anything super massive here. It's going to be what's necessary. Auto healing, fine. Deletes, no. No. Reset on ship, no. Permanent death, no. I'm going to die probably during this. Cargo ships, yes. So many options. Enable oxygen, yes. I need the chance to suffocate in my game. Of course we do. Unsupported stations. No longer turn dynamic when disconnected from static grids, which means asteroids and things. I guess. Spawn with tools. Enable drones. Enable wolves. Enable spiders. Yeah, enable the environmental stuff down on the planets. Just because. Subgrid damage. Between connected grids. More stable behavior when disabled. Okay. Friendly missile damage. Super gridding. What the hell's that? I do not know what a super grid is. I will, however, turn on the economy features. Just because I've got them, so might as well. But yeah, that'll be it for the settings, I think. Times 5. Welding grinding. Times 3 refinery. Times 3 assembler. Times 3 inventory. Block inventory size. Yeah. I'm okay with storage space being okay. It's it's just the time savers I'm going to keep, as I said. So that'll do. And our start will be solar system, which means I've got to type this stuff again. Darn it. This is the first good candidate for skipping, isn't it? The thing is, I don't know when episodes are going to be and stop being B, because I don't know what the heck I'm going to use or not. This is going to be hell of a disorganised. Oh dear. Achievement. Okay, there we go. So, that'll do. I'm not using any mods, by the by, so this is what we're going to have. So let's hit start. And I still think that is an epic loading screen. Very much so. Okay, here we go. Time to choose our starting point. I could go ultra hard mode and take a drop pod, I suppose, but I don't want to do that. If I'm honest, well, with the exception of the moon pod, which is actually apparently a wheeled rover, the other guys, that's like the most disadvantaged start you can actually get, especially since you're landing on a planet and planets can't get uranium ore for reactors. You have to get into space for that. Plus, you start with less as well because your pod is really small and really compact. So, a space pod, it may not look like much, but it's still something. Oh, I stand corrected. It's not the most disadvantaged start. It's the most disadvantaged start where you still get a ship. If you spawn in just a spacesuit, then you're going to have a lot of fun, honestly. But I think I'm going to take Space Pod. It's the most advanced start I can get. Even though it doesn't give you that much, it's just basic parts that it's going to give me. So I will spawn with the Space Pod. Though for some reason it says difficulty hard. Why is the Earth drop pod easy? Well, I suppose it is easy, you just don't start with much. It's a space game. I'm going to be in space. Okay, here we go. With a space pirate salvage station 13 kilometers away from me, apparently. Alright. Yep, here we go. But this is why I wanted to have just this pod. It's just like... If you looked a couple of streams ago, then you saw what it was. It's just like, it's got the engines, it's got basic components on it. That's all it's got. But that's really all it needs. Though the thing is, I'm also going to be scrapping this thing down as soon as I can to reconfigure it to something a bit more my liking. Because let's be honest, this thing is not very... Well, it's very light. It's got that going for it. It'll keep me alive. It's got that going for it. But in general, it's not really that good. So let's go ahead and just check out the nearest asteroid just to find out what the heck's going on with it. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, doesn't this thing have... Right, yeah, this thing can vent oxygen. Wait, it's pressurized, but... Oh, wait, there's the vents. Oops. Let's make sure the vent's off. Toggle vent off, that way if I close the doors again it won't repressurize and then I'll blow out some more air. Okay, let's see what's available. A fast circling of this asteroid has not really revealed much of anything. Unless it says something at the north or south poles of it. But I suspect that something that might have changed at some point is just... I don't know, like they've reduced some of the readily accessible ores or something like that, because I seem to recall there being a lot more. Or something like that. Let's see, I need to get the drills out, which means I need to... Oh yeah, I've got progression on, haven't I? Where's the drills? To make a drill, I need to build a basic refinery first. That's not too bad. Let's see, where is everything connected? That is a connector, hydrogen engine, probably want to watch it with that. Okay, I need a basic refinery. Which again, shouldn't be too bad. Depends on what kind of materials I've got on hand. The answer is not much. Nope. All basic parts will have to come out from my ship. That's not the best. Well, I see that I actually get my hands dirty and start drilling holes by myself. That sounds like manual labour. Why would I want to do that? In fact, to be sensible, I probably should start doing that, shouldn't I? Okay, let's go ahead and park myself in a flipping hole. Jeez. This'll do. Time to start digging. Okay. I think that'll do as a decent material trap. So I just did that using the right mouse button, which is destroy mode for the drill. And now I'm going to use left. And the idea here is that, sure, I'm spraying rocks all over the darn place, but they're going to be trapped by this hole that I've dug myself into. So they're not going to go just flying off randomly into space, except maybe one or two that get very lucky and just bounce all the way out.
Inventory.
But they should just stay in there and let me safely harvest without losing any of the material and creating lots of debris and stuff like that. Now let's see, you need to reduce ingots. Many, many ingots, thank you. And this is going to be my life for a while, I think. Though, I think maybe what I should do is get a home base of some kind set up, you know? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Oh, jeez! Oh, red. They're salvaging each other. Oh, dear. Well, you know, I said I needed parts. Apparently that pirate base has decided that I'm worth coming after because they sent some salvage trucks. Now, how's that for bad luck? I literally just spawned in. What the heck are these guys doing? Ooh, parts. Oh, they had part. Yeah, I'm just lucky they turned up in as a pair, if I'm honest. They turned up as a pair, and that actually meant that they, well, you saw it as they came in. They actually one of the drones actually ground up the other one. Oh, hello. You're still trying to salvage me, aren't you? Go away. Where's the other one gone? Oh, well, that could have gone a lot worse. But I think they came for me and not the ship. Oop. Yes, hello, I see you there. Oh, interesting. Apparently they had ammo on. Oh. Oh, that's where the other one went. Okay. Bye-bye. Bugger off. Seriously, I got attacked by drones inside the first 5 minutes or so. At least they weren't gun drones, but jeez, that's actually not very good at all. I get the feeling I should probably find a better place and at least shelter myself somewhat. Ugh. I need a lot of steel plates for this. Okay, so I thought I heard something. Right, so what I'm doing is I need some extra motors and drills. I'm going to take advantage of a nice little trick for the basic refinery, I think. Which is, I'm going to queue up the parts I need. What was it? Let's get 10 computers. Sorry, that's interior plates, sorry. Computers. Let's queue up 20 of those. Construction components, I've got some. Thanks to all that. That's most of what I got is construction components. And then after that, I am going to queue up the ingot smelting. Like that. So the idea is that I'm going to go get more stone. The stone is going to get refined down into ingots. Very happily. Here we go. Is that all? Oh, I'm almost full. Yeah, it's just that easy to get a lot of stone in this trap. Though I have to be aware that I'm burning hydrogen just moving around in it. But if I throw this into here now, like that, then it'll run that until it has materials to run something before it, and then it'll run those instead, which I think is a very good way to go about it. Though the problem is you have to preload the production queue with the stuff that you want to have. And I'm not sure of a better way to do that. There must be one, but I'm not an expert at this game. In fact, that's a kind of a caveat of many survival games. To do this, the goal of my little series here, Explorer achievement, I will need a jump drive. Otherwise it's going to take absolutely frickin' ages. But because of how I play, I play with survival, but then I get distracted or something before I get towards the mid to end game content, more often than not. So while I've played around with basic blocks and ship design and stuff like that, I have barely ever touched a jump drive. So I think I've used it less than 5 times total in the entire time I've had this game. Which should kind of show you a little bit about all that. So yeah, more advanced blocks tend to be my weakness in a survival game. Just because I just don't reach that content that often compared to when I start thinking, you know what, I want to start out again, because if I get too advanced, I get too far in the game. And I don't know, it's like, I guess it comes down to game design sometimes, where it's like, if things slow down and get harder, sometimes I'm okay with it, but sometimes I'm not. So it's like, I think I'm paranoid about it because of how mobile games tend to be built. It's like, they give you, ding, star showers, you got a thing, congratulations, you're the best ever. And then the next ding is going to be a couple of minutes later because they slowed down the progression. And then the next ding is going to be a few hours later. You know, it's like, mobile games try to get you to keep coming back mostly by, well, a lot of them, the really common ones, especially like, well, farming games, the games with timers, that kind of thing. They want you to keep coming back, but they make it slower and slower the further you get into the game. So I think that's had a reverse conditioning effect on me. So it's like, I use mobile games on my way to work, and it's a good distraction while I'm just waiting on the bus, heading in to go and have to face people. Look, I'm not the most sociable guy around, okay? I know. This is very strange, but technically I'm not talking to anyone right now. I'm just waffling into a microphone and finding things to talk about. But it's like, I think that's had the reverse effect, because it's conditioned me to be like, I enjoy it. I enjoy the early stages of the game, and then sometimes I find myself lacking patience as things are going on. So I just go, I don't feel quite as attached to that game, and I don't value my time that I spent on it. That's a major flaw with me, by the way. I don't value myself at all. So it's like, you know what? I'll restart. I'll go back at the beginning when things were working well and they weren't layering things on you and stuff like that to try and draw things out. And that's how it goes. Though if a game does get me to stick around for too long, again, still talking about mobile games, it's like, then I get this feeling like if you don't keep playing, then you've wasted all the time you put into it before now, because you are obligated, because you've reached this quote-unquote advanced stage where all the timers are super long and you have quote-unquote progressed and quote-unquote know what you're doing. So, I don't know. It's a love-hate relationship I have sometimes with the games in general. I don't know if you've noticed. Normally I'm fine though. And PC games are a lot better built, usually. At least the ones I play on. Ooh, look, a little stone has managed to escape. It's the stone that lived. You can't have that. Oi, stone. You're going in the crusher. But I want to live! No. In you go. I am truly an evil being. Anyway, this is basically what's going to be going on for a bit, so... see you in a little while when things get a bit more interesting, I suppose. The calm before the storm. When you next see me again, my ship will be in flaming ruins. I think I just jinxed myself rather hard there. You know what? I think we might have got at least this part. We have progression, I think. Let's see if we've got all the pieces we need. Oh, one more motor, but that should be okay. I've rejigged the production queue, so I'm producing motors ahead of steel plates because they require the same amount of iron. So it wouldn't trigger. Well, it'll trigger what was ever first in the queue because I had enough nickel for the motors. So I'm actually a little bit short on metal plates. I don't need any of those anymore. Yep. But there we go. Some of the outer hull of this thing will be missing because the top steel plates are 4 units short, but this basic refinery should be good to go. I just have to get this thing operational. There we go. Basic refinery complete. Okay. Next step, and then we'll hit stage 2. Or what I'm affectionately calling stage 2, which is a drill. Because if we can get a drill active, and I'm just going to bolt it onto the front here, feeding straight into the survival kit, because why the hell not, basically. No, wait, that's a conveyor on the side. If I was to build it on the side, how long is this thing? It's only 3 blocks, isn't it? Yeah, I could bolt it onto the side of the ship. I could bolt it onto the top of the ship. Where do I want to strap this thing on? You know, I feel like in that lower corner there might be a good idea, actually. That way I still have direct access to the inventory system there. But what I want to do is, like, pipe the thing into the kit while retaining that ease of access. Which I can do because there's a conveyor a short distance back. Okay, so let's see. Large steel tubes, construction components. Let's check the production list. Don't produce any of that. So, motors. I'm going to need to make the large steel tubes at the very least. Don't think I need construction components, though. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Mostly steel plates. Also large steel tubes. 12 large steel tubes. Whoops, no. No. Give me cargo inventory only, thank you. Right. Production. Large steel tubes times 12. Oh, I can't make them. The darn thing isn't advanced enough. Yeah, the refinery can process stuff, but it can't do anything beyond that. It also can't process ingots. It can process stone into gravel, though, which I think is what it's going to try and do with any stone I bring into it. You are, aren't you? Let's grab a little bit of stone and find out. No, actually, it's not. But I should be able to just throw this into the basic refinery. Ooh. Okay, never mind. It produces a bunch of gravel. You know what, this needs testing. Right. Okay, this needs testing. So, give me the small cargo storage. I'll throw out all stored materials for the moment. I think I just threw all of that into the refinery, didn't I? Yes, I did. Look at the speed on that thing, though. Jeez. Okay, that was meant to be a test, but it didn't do squat because I messed up. I need more stone. Stone, stone, glorious stone. I hate you because you make me so dusty. That's not the state to be. You're also not very nutritious. When I try to eat you, you just break my teeth. Or something. Okay, right. I'm going to throw 100 into both of these and we'll see what the heck they do. Actually, no, let's throw 500 in, just so we get a better idea. Basic refinery does that. Survival kit, I'll throw 500 into you, and I'll tell you to do some. Okay, here we go. Right. The survival kit produced 7 gravel, 15 iron, 1.2 nickel, and 2 silicon, versus the basic refineries 4.9, 10.5, 0.84, 1.4. Okay, so the survival kit is more efficient. Flat out. It's more efficient while it's doing that. So while I've got limited supplies, it is better to be running on the survival kit for stone. But the refinery can do it a hell of a lot better.
Energy low.
Yeah, I noticed all my stuff is basically shutting down, and I can't get past the darn seat. Apparently, there's not enough space. Don't mind me. I think there's going to have to be a few restructures, but yeah. Right now, it's better to run the survival kit to get basic ingots. The refinery, though, will take over once I get the drill operational. But to get the drill operational, I need parts, and to get parts, I need the basic assembler. I think. So I need to build this thing somewhere. Wait, wasn't there a... No, that's a H2O2 generator next to that. Which then goes down into a conveyor. So what's at the bottom of the ship then? If I was to tear this thing apart a little bit, what would I find? Actually, a basic assembler is only like... yeah, it's a 1x1. So I can tear out this piece here. And I can plug it straight into the container. Ready for efficiency, I suppose? Oh, the basic assembler's only got 1 access port as well. Okay, sure. Basic assembler, what do you need? Whoa! Oi! That sure, okay. Hello again, guys! Now. Okay. I think that one's killed this one. No, wait, as long as it's still got the weapon block attached to it, it's not going to do anything, is it? Oh, there's the remote. Oh. By all means, feel free to keep on salvaging. Now, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get at your remote control block. There we go. Oh, right, I see. So I'll get in front of the camera, it goes, ooh, something, and then starts spins like that. But okay, I have had my second run-in with the salvage drones. That salvage station seems to be very fond of me. I think I might have to do something about that. But this guy should be no longer functional. Indeed, fully disabled, not going anywhere. Okay, so I need to kill the remote blocks. On the bright side, yay parts. In fact, I can use these guys for a bit of progression, I think, can't I? Hack something, weld it back up. Oh, missing tech. What do I need for a reactor? Progression. Reactors require a basic refinery. Oh, okay, so I can only get some progression out of these guys. Meh, it's worth a try. Unknown tech, okay. I think I need to get I need to build an interior frame before I can get a lot of this stuff. Oh, right, full of parts. Okay. I'm not going to complain. I have too many parts. What a shame. What a travesty that is. Ooh, actually from scrapping the thrusters I'll get large steel tubes as well. So I should actually dump stuff into the drill as much as possible. Just to find out what the heck I've got. Give me the cargo. On the bright side, I have got some uranium ingots for my reactor, which I do not have. Because yay. Oh. This thing's coming apart at the seams.